All right, so what we're going to try to do now is make a voting process for you guys to vote for which album that just missed the cut.
Right. So this was the top 10 that made it. So there are 5 other albums that just missed it, and we're gonna put that in the comment below so you guys will see it. And you guys pick out of those 5 songs, which ones? Well, sorry, albums. Which album you want us to react to?
So it's going to be the album 11, the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, or 15th best-selling album of all time. We're going to review one of them. Whoever gets the most votes.
Maybe we'll do 2.
Maybe. So
we'll put them. You know, we'll list them out right now, but we'll put them in the comments so you guys can see them. Or maybe we'll put it up right here somewhere, above Greg's head, even though he's not listening and watching what I'm doing right now.
I can. Where's the thing that you clicked on? Here it is.
There it is. Found it.
So, the number 15, 14, 13, 12,
none of those numbers
and 11
add up to what you just said. Just so you know, those fingers don't.
At number 15, oh my goodness. I hope this one is it, is Rumors by Fleetwood Mac.
Okay.
So if you'd like us to review that one came in at number 15. So it missed the list by 5 spots.
I think I know that album, I think.
Number 14 was Come On Over by Shania Twain.
I know that album very well.
Here's one that I don't know. Whipped Cream and Other Delights by Herb Alpert's Tijuana Brass. So that came at number 13, which is...
It's a mouthful.
Ooh, hope that one doesn't win.
I almost hope it does.
Maybe we'll do that one anyway. Number 12 is The Fame by Lady Gaga, which, I mean, if you want us to review an album that we've all listened to a million times, we could do that one.
Right, which is not an album that is not better than Nickelback.
Didn't make the cut. Nickelback, you were in. But
Lady Gaga.
Sorry, Lady Gaga. Hit the road. And number 11, also not as good as Nickelback.
Which one's that?
Whitney Houston.
Oh, yeah, no, not even close. She's not even close. I mean...
So those are the 5 albums that we're putting in this comment contest. So if you'd like to hear us review one of those albums, you make the comment which one. So again, Rumors, Come On Over, Whipped Cream and Other Delights, The Fame, or Whitney Houston. Whoever gets the most votes, we will review that album as our next episode.
All right. And now we're going to try and play some music, I think.
All right. See you guys soon.
Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and
share.
Share.
Even if it's negative.
Especially if it's negative about Greg. We like that.
Got to put me in my place somehow. See you guys later. Here we go again.
All right, finally back. We had some technical difficulties.
We almost thought that we had to record that whole last video that we posted again for the 3rd time.
So,
what we're doing here is wrapping up what we did in season 1, which was the Billboard Top 10 list.
Top 10.
So we're going to give it to you one at a time, starting with the number 10 album on Billboard, which was Carole King's Tapestry. That was the number 10 album. We loved that album.
Yeah.
Thought it was very great.
Yeah, I knew the album better than you did. You know, I knew you were going to like it, and you were like, no. And then you're like, yeah, you were right. I should always listen to what you say.
Yeah. And then at number 9 was an album we both didn't think we were going to like, and we were right.
Yeah.
It was Nickelback's It Doesn't Matter What
It's pretty universally agreed that, you know, Nickelback is not good.
Yeah. The one with Photograph and all that.
Yeah.
Why can't I remember the name of the album now? Doesn't matter.
Rockstar.
Yeah. The number 8 album was very strange, and we didn't think we would like it, and we didn't. We had to do a little bit of a different episode for that, which was a movie review. So we reviewed the movie Dr. Zhivago. The soundtrack came in at number 8 for some reason, and we're still not 100% sure why.
It is what it is.
So at number 7, a bit of a surprise on where it landed on the Billboard list because it's a great album, was Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill. At number 6 was Garth Brooks' Rope in the Wind, which I didn't think I would enjoy, and you knew that you were gonna like very much.
Yeah, I knew the album. I mean, I didn't listen. I haven't listened to the whole album, front to back, many times. But I've listened to the album before.
I'll say I didn't hate it.
Yeah, no, it's a great album.
Number 5 was Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen, which was a surprise to both of us.
Most surprising for both of us, I think.
Because we thought we'd enjoy this a lot more than we did, and we kind of only dug the hits, like the ones that
we knew
we were familiar with.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, it was probably the most disappointing album, I would say. For me.
I mean, it wasn't
bad. It's good. I mean, I could listen to it. It's just you just think of one of the biggest icons of all time. It's his hits are his hits. That's
So at number 4 was Taylor Swift's "Fearless," the original release of it, which was
I think we knew
amazing.
Yeah, we knew. It was better than I thought it was going to be because there were songs I didn't know that I liked. So that was forget about the hits. There were other songs that were really good.
Also very good.
Right.
Number 3 was "Thriller."
One of the more controversial ones.
Right. We didn't expect that to be as controversial as it was, but I mean, say what you will about Thriller, it's in the number 3 spot of
for a reason.
Biggest albums of all time.
I get it.
Number 2, also a little bit of a surprise, but not as much as Dr. Zhivago because of the point in time when The Sound of Music came out, and also it was different in that it wasn't just classical music; it was actual songs being performed that were very popular when the movie came out. So the soundtrack fell at number 2. The soundtrack, The Sound of Music. Number 1 was Adele's 21, which we thought we were going to like. We liked, and
it fit exactly where I thought it was going to be.
Didn't really have a bad thing to say about 21.
Yeah.
So those were the positions that Billboard put these albums in.
Well, not Billboard. It's what the people put. That's
correct. Right. Yeah. And you can look, and there's different lists of like the top selling albums of all time, and it's a different list than this list.
Right.
But this is
I think this is weeks spent at number 1. That's what we're looking at. Like, it doesn't have to be consecutive. It just could be. It could be number, or it's just wherever it's sat.
Yeah.
That's how
the
long.
The amount of weeks it was at number 1.
Right.
So now what we're going to do is first it's going to be my top 10 list.
Okay.
So the albums that we just announced in the order that I enjoyed them best, and then Dave is going to go. So at number 10, and this was a change for me because originally I had my number 9 album in this spot. But after talking with Dave for several weeks about this, I can't put this any higher than number 10.
Once again, just listen to me.
At number 10 is Dr. Zhivago because it was just classical music that it's tough to listen to the album. It's unless you're sitting there trying to read Lord of the Rings or something and just want to listen to music in the background. So number 10 was Dr. Zhivago. Number 9 was Nickelback's All the Right Reasons? Something about reasons.
All the wrong reasons?
Yeah, Nickelback is terrible. They're terrible. Number 8 was The Sound of Music, only because Nickelback is so bad that, so The Sound of Music by default falls to number 8.
Right.
Number 7 for me was Garth Brooks. I didn't think I would like country. I didn't like it very much. I don't know. I don't get Garth Brooks. I'm sorry. I know that everyone wants everyone to love country, but I just don't. Number 6 was my big surprise. I thought it was going to be high up on the list, was Born in the USA. I liked the hits and not much else.
Yeah.
Number 5 was Thriller, even though everyone thought that I absolutely hated this album. That's not the case. I mean,
you got the most hate on that one.
And I know why. It was because of your
personal comments.
The comments I had made about Michael Jackson's personal life beforehand. I felt that it was important for me to get that out there, to dispel the fact that I was going to let that influence the way I thought about the album.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you put it at number 5.
Which is right in the middle.
And it actually was at number 3, so it's not like it's way off.
It wasn't super way off. But I enjoyed the album. It wasn't... he's got a lot of catchy tunes.
A good album.
Number 4, I put Carole King's Tapestry, which surprised the hell out of me because even though I had never listened to Tapestry, I knew every song on it. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is Carole King. This is
Yeah.
great. And so what moved it up to number 4. We're looking down because we have it written down on a board down here, not because we're depressed and just trying to deep in thought look at this stuff. Number 3 was Jagged Little Pill by Alanis Morissette for me. Not a bad song on the album.
No.
The top 3 really could be sort of interchangeable for me, but I had to give a little bit of an edge to the 2 that came before or after this. So Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill, just a monster album. It
speaks for itself.
Number 2, I put 21 at number 2.
That's Adele.
That's Adele. For those of you that don't know who wrote 21, again, not a bad song on the whole thing. Just overall, I really liked Taylor Swift's Fearless.
Yeah.
It was shocking to me how much I liked that album. It was really, really good.
Yeah, I can't argue with your list for the most part. You know, it's a good list. It's not the right one, but it's a good list.
Now for the right list.
All right, well, we start off, obviously, number 10 with Dr. Zhivago. Same reasons. You know, it is what it is. It shouldn't even be on the list to me, but since it is, it's number 10.
We don't know how it made it on there.
Yeah, same with number 9, which would be Nickelback. You know, we've hated on them enough. I don't have to say anything else about it. It's Nickelback. It's number 9.
If you follow all our other social media, that's pretty much all we do on them.
Yes. After that would be Sound of Music. You know, on this, I think it's actually a pretty good album. I can, you know, it's Julie Andrews.
Yeah.
Julie Andrews. You know, she's amazing.
You can
amazing
listen
vocalist. You know, she's looked at as one of the greatest female vocalists of all time. So that can be on the list. It's okay. Going down.
He'll allow it.
I'll allow it. Going down number 7, we got Bruce. This is where we start switching up a little bit. He had Garth at number 7. I got Bruce. I think it's just the hits that are good.
The album was a letdown.
The album was a letdown. I think it's what it is too. It let me down more than anything. Where at number 6, I have Garth Brooks. I like most of the album. You know, even if I don't love it, I can still listen to it more. You know, I can get behind it a little bit more than Bruce. So, getting to the top 5, we got Mr. Michael Jackson, the King of Pop. You know, he's deserving to be on the list. I don't think this album.
Absolutely. I mean, like.
Yeah, I don't think this album should be the one that should be on the list. I would prefer Bad personally, but that's, you know.
That's interesting that it is it's not bad, because that was.
I think that was a better album, but I think the timing of his album coming out, I think this was his first major single release by himself, his first solo release, like major album. I think the hype behind it, the music videos, which are the greatest videos of all time, you know, you got Thriller, Beat It, and Billie Jean. Those 3 music videos are just phenomenal, which just catapult the sales of this album.
That's not something to overlook too. The MTV factor of it all.
Yes, the beginning of MTV, you know, all that. It was perfect storm for this album to sell so much, and it is a good album for the great music it has. Some of the other music, I think it's a letdown.
He was really just an innovator of the theatrical music videos too. Yeah. Unbelievable videos. Just
yes, absolutely. His whole career.
Like
his whole
perfection in his videos.
Yep. All right, moving down, and then we have what do I have in number 4? Oh, Carole King. Carole King. The only reason I would put that above Thriller, I could probably swap them in and out.
Yeah.
You know, I just think I can listen to Carole King more right now. The most of the songs on the Thriller album, if I hear it on the radio, I don't want to listen to it anymore.
Overplayed, right?
Yes. Yeah, and that's the only reason. It's not that it's better. It's just don't want to listen to it anymore, I guess.
And
you know?
When we say that something is overplayed too, it's also that we're a lot older than
a lot
of the people that really have embraced these albums after the fact.
Right.
We've heard Thriller so many more times than someone who's not to be offensive towards anybody, but an 18-year-old kid.
Yeah.
We have heard Thriller so much growing up. We had it seemed like a decade where Michael Jackson was just ruling over music, and rightfully so.
And in comparison, Guns N' Roses is my favorite band of all time. I love them. There's nobody better to me. If I hear Sweet Child of Mine on the radio, I change the channel. I don't want to hear it anymore. I've heard it too much. You know, it's the same thing. It's not that makes it bad, just don't want to hear it anymore. I digress.
You're on number 3.
Number 3, Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift and Adele. I could have swapped them but I just think Adele is just a little bit better of an artist overall.
Better vocals?
Better vocalist. I would enjoy her. I saw her in concert and I enjoyed it. Never saw a Taylor. You know, I would feel weird going to see a Taylor Swift concert. I don't feel weird going to see an Adele concert.
Yeah.
So, but both great. So we got Taylor Swift and at number 3 and Adele at 21 at number 2, which leaves Jagged Little Pill. And it all goes to the same thing. That album, even though I've heard it so many times, I can pretty much listen to that from front to back without a problem. Maybe Hand in Pocket would be the one song that I'm like, yes, but I can still, it's still a great, I can listen to it still. So, Alanis, Jagged Little Pill, number 1.
All right.
And she's the only one on this list that if I made my own list, she would be on it.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. Would any of these be on my top 10 list if I made a list?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Probably not. So, now that we've got the Billboard top 10 list,
Of what they gave us.
my top 10 list, and the correct top 10 list, we're going to ask you guys to comment what your top 10 of these albums are. So put them in the order that you like.
We'll make a comment. Maybe the first or second comment will be what the songs are, so you guys can look at them. You don't have to look them up. Mm-hmm. So we'll make a comment with the top 10, and then also we wanted them to vote.
Right.
On.
Well, we put that at the beginning of the video. I'll stick that at the beginning.
Oh, we're gonna put that at the beginning of the video.
Edit this.
Oh,
okay.
So
we're gonna put it at the beginning. So
I just
we'll
talk.
Do it,
I don't.
We'll do it now, but then I'll cut it up so that this all looks like it's happening before what we just did.
Okay.
It's the magic of making movies,
all right.
man.